Just a note, I know the Chinese New Year have just ended, but I have to go through the whole experience to be able to produce this. I'm definitely going to butcher some of these names, so please forgive me. 新年快乐, Happy Chinese New Year, Happy Lunar New Year, Happy Spring Festival, and in the Philippines we call it Bagong Taong Chino. I never knew that. Hi everyone, it's me Mel. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Chinese New Year. I grew up with a few Chinese superstitions and I guess I never really wondered why. As such is when the clock hits midnight, we have to make as much noise as we can, and this is to welcome the new year and of course repel evil spirits. We also need to turn on the lights to brighten the house, opening the windows on the first day of the new year to bring in the good fortune. We have to do the cleaning before the new year, and that is because we cannot sweep on the day itself and because we might sweep the good fortune that came into our house. We also practice having round fruits on the dining table and lots of mandarin oranges, eating bakwa, and also eating niangao. In the Philippines, we call it pikoy. And also doing lohe. I asked a bunch of my friends if they're familiar with Chinese New Year and how they spend it, and they seem to celebrate it similarly, but a bit different. So I did my research and here's what I found out. So what is Chinese New Year? It marks the start of the lunar calendar on the new moon and also marks the end of winter. Traditionally, it is a time to honor deities and ancestors, and this year the Lunar New Year started on the 12th of February. So where did it originate from? The reason for this festival, from what I found, is it started with the legend of Nian. It is an ancient beast that terrorized villagers, ate crops, livestock, and sometimes even children. When the villagers found out that the beast was a half-bull with a lion head and learned of its weakness, which is the color red, firelight, and loud noises, they used that to defeat the Nian. And as such, the tradition of wearing red, the lighting of fireworks, and the lion dance began. From what I know and what I've seen in my experience is that you're supposed to give 2 oranges to the host of the house when you're visiting another person's house, and then they will give you a red packet or a red envelope in return, and this is given to people who are juniors or younger people and people who are not married, and they're supposed to be given by the senior of the house, people who are married. It contains money in an even number, and after that they will return a new set of oranges to you, and you can't wear white and black. I was actually surprised to hear from my friends that Chinese New Year is celebrated for 15 days. And I heard that for Vietnamese, they give ang paos or the red packets to their parents as well. Not just from old to young, but also young to old. So when I searched about the 15 days of the festivities, there are some days that have certain purposes. First day.
Okay, so normally, right, 初一, right, we'll call the different days by the numbers. So 初一 is the first day of Chinese New Year, which is the day of a new year. So then from there we'll have 初一, 初二, 初三, then it will continue.
To celebrate, they start off by lighting up firecrackers and making as much tinsel as possible to welcome the new year and to ward off evil spirits. And on the very first day, you are supposed to visit your elders or the most eldest member of the family and give them respect and honor them. It is also when the visitations of family starts. The most senior or the eldest or their elders is visited first, and this is used to strengthen the ties of the whole family. Some invite lion dances as a symbolic ritual to start the new year. Here in Singapore, since the fireworks are not distributed, to celebrate the Chinese New Year, they set up huge tents on communities, and they have Chinese operas playing while waiting for the New Year countdown, and everybody's welcome to celebrate the New Year's Eve with the fireworks display. Second day is the visitation to your own parents and close friends. Third day, it is considered an unlucky day to go visiting, and instead it is the tradition of burning paper offerings over trash fires as a form of respect of the dead. And Instead, it is allocated for grave visiting. Fifth day. Since it's the god of Lord's Day, firecrackers are lit to be able to get the attention of the god, to get his favor, and of course to get good fortune for the coming year. Sixth day. It is a day to drive off the ghost of poverty. It is when you have to bring the old and bring in the new by removing the past hardship and the past poverty and welcoming a good new life this coming year. And this is when people go visiting the temples to pray and offer. Seventh day.
On the 7th day, it's Renru. So from what I heard is everyone's birthday in some sort.
It is when Lohe is done, and it is a tossing of a salad while shouting, and it is eaten for continued health and prosperity. And this is when everybody grows 1 year older because it is the birth of the humankind. Eighth day. On the 8th day is another dinner, and this is when employers or store owners or business owners have their company dinner. And this is to give thanks to the employees for giving a good year and hopefully to give them a better year this year. On the 9th day is the Jade Emperor's birthday. 15th day. The Lantern Festival is to not confuse with the Mid-Autumn Festival because that is a different celebratory. And for this Lantern Festival, it marks the end of the whole 15 days. And the 15th day is the first full moon of the Spring Festival or of the New Year. It is associated with guiding the lost and the ill with evil home and cultivating positive relationship with people, families, nature, and higher beings, as they are believed to be responsible for bringing and returning the light each year. Decorations. So when I went to Chinatown with my friend Shimin, we saw a lot of decorations in different styles. Some are modernized, so there are some confusions of what are they for and what are their use. So here's a guide to some of them. Paper cuts and couplets. It invites good fortune, good wealth, health, and longevity. Firecrackers. So the firecrackers started when they attained gunpowder during the Tang Dynasty, and it was popular during the Song Dynasty where they put gunpowder in bamboos to make firecrackers, but after that they changed it up to red papers instead. It is used to scare the evil spirits away, and of course in the legend it was used to scare the Nian. Lanterns. So light bulbs weren't invented back then, so lanterns was the thing, and it is used to guide a deity's hope. Dragon dance and lion dance. Dragon dance and lion dance are always seen during Chinese New Year, and they go well together. And it is believed that the loud drum beats and the deafening cymbals are what is used to drive the evil away. Food. So here are some of the things that I'm familiar with. First off is the Chinese New Year cake, which is also called the Nian Gao, or in the Philippines we call it tikoy. For us, we believe that it is sticky because we believe that it's strengthening the bonds of the family. Mandarin orange. For mandarin orange, from what I know, it is because it is round and it is golden, so it gives fortune and it welcomes wealth and prosperity. Noodles. Noodles is always associated with longevity. Dumpling, one of my favorites. So dumplings are meant to be the first meal of the year at midnight or for breakfast because they believe that because of its shape that looks like ingot, it is meant to provide good fortune and wealth for the coming year. Tangyuan. It is a glutinous rice eaten on the 15th day, and it consists of sesame, peanut, or red bean in the middle. And it is in a ginger soup or any sweet soup. Flowers. There's a lot of flowers that is used for Chinese New Year, and here are a few. Plum blossom for luckiness. Tangerine tree has an auspicious meaning of lucky bearing fruits to usher abundance. Bamboo for good luck and prosperity. Pussy willows or catkins for the coming of spring and prosperity. Orchids for fertility and abundance. Chrysanthemums for wealth, longevity, and prosperity. So here are the basic practices and etiquette during Chinese New Year, and these are some of the things that we also follow as well. This is called Ang Pao, Hong Pao, or Lai Si, and it is the red envelope that is used to put money in, and you're supposed to put even numbers in except for 4 because fall means death, and that is unlucky. So this is what is given to the juniors or unmarried people in the family. So why even number? Because for odd number, it is associated for giving money for the funeral. So make sure not to do that. There is also the Yashi Qian. I'm sorry. And it's a lucky money given to children in a string or in a purse. And this started in Qing Dynasty. There are also gift exchanges, which we also got from our neighbors here, and we received some treats, oranges, candies, and cakes as well. So for gift exchanger, there are a few things that you shouldn't give to people. And there's also things to avoid as giving gifts because there are taboos. And those are things that gives harm to other people or also associated to funerals. And those are things that are sharp, clocks, handkerchiefs, shoes, because shoes is associated with people like walking away from your life or relationships, clocks, I think I said that. And going to another person's house, you shouldn't have any negative words or stuff like that because it's meant to be a celebratory, not a funeral party. With the current COVID setting, there are a few things that we don't really see around, which is markets. Normally markets are around a lot of areas, and this is because business is good and it invites fortune. There are also shows, which is the operas and the mask shows. There's a lot of things that have changed. There are no fireworks, and there are a few things and protocols that we have to follow. So if you celebrate Chinese New Year or you're from a different country that celebrates Chinese New Year, which is a Chinese-speaking world in another country, and if you have a different celebratory practices, please do share with us by putting it in a comment down below. And of course, like and share this video, and I will see you more on my next one. Bye!